do this one. And we always talk about doing Chrono Trigger, but that's going to be the rest of the year if we do that. So, yeah.
Because I know, like with the Link to the Past video, that was, I'm sure that took a little bit of time. I mean, Link to the Past, one of my favorite games of all time, but long as heck. Even if you know where everything is, it's still long.
Yeah, and actually, that one we pretty much did in one day. That was pretty impressive. Now that I think about it. But I think like that one we're just really familiar with. It still took a while, but that was one that was more feasible.
Do you plan on? Because I know you've done Link to the Past and you've done Link's Awakening. Are you planning on doing the other Zelda games? I know Mike loves playing through the Zelda games on Cinemassacre extras. Are you planning on doing more of those on James and Mike Mondays?
Yeah, eventually. I mean, Breath of the Wild is in March. So I don't know if we're actually going to be doing that one, but I know I at least want to play it.
So do I.
Yeah. I'm not that big of a fan of the graphics, though. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like I'm waiting for the game to come out. Like maybe I'll get used to that.
I went into GameStop on Friday just because I was like, I want to pick up this game I have on my Xbox, but I don't have it for my PS3. I want to go pick it up. And they were like, hey, do you want to $50 to pre-order the Switch? I'm like, I'm always one of those. I know there's going to be bugs and glitches in the first run console, so I kind of wait a little bit before they come out. But I'm interested in I saw the trailer for Mario Odyssey, and that seems really interesting where they're taking Mario nowadays.
Yeah. Is that the trailer that starts off where Mario's running around through the city?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I'm interested in.
Yeah. As soon as it begins, he's running through the city. I was just thinking, like, oh, wouldn't it be awesome if he just opened up one of the cars and pulled somebody out and then got in and started driving?
Grand Theft Auto, the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah.
Mario's running down toadstools everywhere.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like Mario's going to start doing like parkour and like flipping off of things. Which he does end up kind of doing. Which I guess, what are your thoughts on the Switch? Because the Wii and the Wii U kind of, I'm not saying they were bad consoles, but they didn't have the third party support and the library as say like the PlayStation or the Xbox has. So now it seems like Nintendo's getting back into it with the Switch and being able to get those third party supports. What are your thoughts on Nintendo moving forward with this?
If there's a lot of third party support, then I think that'd be great. But I only own one game on Wii U, which is Mario Kart 8. So like I'm not ready. Like I'm actually not even ready for Nintendo. But I mean, it's great that everybody else is really enthused about it. So it's just me personally. I don't have a lot to comment on with it because it everything moves a lot faster than I do. So
you're kind of like me. I mean, I'm still here collecting old stuff.
I'm with Mike on the controller aspect of things. I never liked the Wii with the sticks and the I like a controller in front of me.
Yeah,
and so I'm hoping that the Switch is better than that way. I hope the controls are good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Wiimote thing worked good with some games. It was sort of like just depends on the game, but I never saw it as like. I think when it first came out, Wii Sports was so much fun, swinging the bat and throwing the bowling balls. But then after a while, like when I was playing Twilight Princess, by the time I got to that, I was like, do we still need to be doing this, or like can't we just
get a classic
the Guitar Hero guitar? The novelty wore off of the guitar band or whatever. Rock band or whatever.
Is that still a thing or?
They brought it back like mid last year or something. They brought Rock Band back, but I didn't. Yeah, those died. Those died with me years ago. I'll go to the Goodwill because I like to go to Goodwill because they sometimes will have games there,
Mm-hmm.
But that was fun for like 10 minutes, and then I was like, okay, I'm done with this thing.
Well, if you go to the Goodwill, especially by my house, every game that they have there in the last week was like Rock Band, Guitar Hero, or some NFL game, some sports game. Although I did find Mario Kart Double Dash for the GameCube there 2 weeks ago. So it's a good place to find. Anybody, go check your Goodwill. It's a good place sometimes to find old retro games.
Cool.
I never find. I stopped by the one across from my comic store. There's actually it's a Salvation Army, and they have occasionally some games in there, but I never find any of the cool ones that you find down in Virginia ever. It's always just terrible ones. They've got like 5 million of them. Terrible games.
Well, I one day want a wall. I one day want a wall like James has.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
The one console I'm looking for now, like I said, I got my Master System and my Saturn. I'm looking for a TurboGrafx. That's my next acquisition that I want to get is a TurboGrafx 16.
Oh,
and in fact, a store by my house for 6 months had Magical Chase for sale for the TurboGrafx. They wanted $4,000 for it. And some guy finally bought it. He traded in a bunch of stuff to them, and he had enough money to purchase Magical Chase for the TurboGrafx 16.
Wow, amazing!
I know Pat.
That's a lot of cash for that.
I know that's one Pat has done a video on before.
I'll have to check that.
No, see, I'm not as an aficionado as either of you guys. Is there a system out there that is just impossible to find? Is there something that is so rare on the market that nobody can, you just can't find it anywhere, and it's going to cost you $1 million to get one?
Oh, probably. I'm trying to think of like what would be like something that's like one of a kind. I could think of a bunch of rare ones, but I can't.
Like I could think of like the Laser Active or those consoles that maybe only came out in Japan, like the Super FX or the what was that other one? NEC came out with the PX 8000 or something like that. I'll have to go check out GameSack again and see that episode they talked about it.
Yeah. Yeah,
but then there's those consoles that die real easily, like the what is it? Like the CDI is really twitchy to get a working one.
Yeah, and the one I have, it works, but like half of the games need some kind of video card for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the other one of the James and Mike videos, we were trying to do. There's a Hulk Hogan game on CDI. What was the show?
Thunder in Paradise?
Thunder in Paradise, yeah. And we're like, oh, we got to do this. And we put it in, and it's like, oh, yeah, you need some graphics card or something. So, yeah.
Oh, bummer.
The Laser Active, we played it, actually. And we were trying to, like, research it for AVGN, and Mike's been trying to get that Laser Active for so long, and he finally did. And then we play it, and we're just like, nah, that's not going to work. So I don't know what the fate of that would be right now. Yeah,
because I watched I like watching the guys over there, GameSack, Joe and Dave, and they did a whole episode on that because they were like, it's almost like there's games that are like Dragon's Lair, but they're not Dragon's Lair.
Like Space Ace?
Space Ace, Road Avenger.
Yeah, I remember Space Ace.
And then there's like you've done the video on it, the Sega, the Atari Jaguar CD.
Yeah,
that's hokey. And my wife I had to tell my wife the story of the Jaguars of becoming dental X-ray machines, and she didn't believe me. And I showed her a picture, and she goes, "Wait a minute, what's that on there? It looks like a toilet." I said, "Oh, that's the CD add-on."
Yeah.
What is that? What was the Virtua Boy? Is that the one that's all red? When you look, all the games are red, and and like the sets on the. I watched it because I can't believe it. That would kill my eyes. I was like, I can't believe you could even sit there and play those games with that thing on your face.
Yeah.
But what's worse, the Virtual Boy or the R Zone? Which one is actually worse on your eyes?
Well, the R Zone is like I'm trying to think because I did this rant in the video is called Tiger Electronic Games, and I'm
one of my favorites.
You remember what I said in it?
It was like red graphics up close to your eye or something. You go cross-eyed trying to play the game because it's over one eye. Because I had a bunch of the games that you showed in that video for the Tiger games I owned as a kid.
Uh-huh.
I had the Castlevania, I had the bowling, I had DuckTales, I didn't have the Full House one though. That's the only one I didn't have was like the Full House one.
Oh yeah. The only Full House video game that I know of that exists, and it's a Tiger Electronics game.
That's a license, unlike Tournament Fighters one.
Yeah, exactly. The Tournament Fighter. That's a good one.
It's a really good one.
Yeah.
Chief, when you come here, we're gonna play Full House Tournament Fighters.
Sure.
You got to do that.
I can't wait.
Oh my god, that would be the next step. That would be. Oh man, like to actually do like a James and Mike video of a non-existent game. I wonder how that would work.
Well, I think it's hilarious because Mike has done so many videos on hacks and homebrews, and you guys have played a lot of hacks and homebrews on James and Mike Monday. And it's so funny to me now when I go to the game store and I actually see hacks and homebrews in the glass cases for sale. These stores are selling some of these homebrews. Like I've seen some of the Zelda homebrews and things like that for sale, and they're selling them for $100.
Wow.
For these homebrews.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think it's, I just thought that was hilarious. I sat my son down with one of Mike's videos just the other day because he wanted to watch one of them. So
yeah, it's kind of interesting that you could actually make the rarest game ever made. Like all you need to do is make a game and then only make one copy of it, and then put it on top of your toilet, and there you go. You got the rarest game ever made. You know.
And how many copies of Hong Kong 97 are there exactly?
Oh my god! You know what? Actually, hang on a second. Wait a minute. All right, here it is. Yeah, so I apparently have a real copy of it.
I'm gonna have that song in my head now again because I just thought of it.
Yeah, so I mean, apparently it's real. Like it looks like it, but I don't know, because from what I understand, they also made it on a disc, so there was a disc version of it too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know.
I love that episode. Go ahead, Chief.
I was going to ask you, after the movie, did people just send you like nonstop copies of E.T.? Were you just getting mailed copies of E.T. in the mail?
They're right over there. I just have to like, geez, it must be like 30 of them or something.
Is it one of those you go do appearances? You're just going to bring like a couple of them and give them out to people as like gifts?
That would be a good idea. I've actually always thought of that. I was like,
sign them.
Like, yeah,
charity.
Just buy them and like give them to people or something. But at the same time, it's like it's so amazing to see that many ET cartridges all in one place that if I ever want to show them all together like that, that'd be the last chance. I just want to find like something to do with them, but
Or you could go bury them in the backyard like they were buried in the desert. Go make your own like ET burial.
Yeah, just dig them up and be like, oh, I found some more.
Do people still send you games?
I found 30 of them.
Yeah.
They still send you a lot of games?
Not as often as before, but they still do. I just think like at this point, I think I just have so many that, I don't make the episodes as often as I used to. Like I think like I have more than enough games. It's just needing the time to try more of them out and find which ones make good videos. Or which ones,
and the videos are getting a lot, especially with the videos, each one's kind of becoming like a little film of itself. And we talked on email. I remember Barenstain.
Yeah,
okay? It was Barenstain. That's what it was when I was a kid. Not Barenstain. It was Barenstain freaking Bears.
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, it's like okay, like it's false memory. That happens. It happens a lot. But why did so many people remember it? This thing
And it seems like I remember seeing the EI, and even in the cartoons, I swear I remember seeing it as EI my whole life, and it just wasn't until like this last year that I noticed that it was or somebody told